What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over smoothies in Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom and how to get the best ones that you can. From very early on in the game, after you make your way out of the tutorial area, you're going to be able to go to many different smoothie stands all across Hyrule. Most likely you're going to be going to this one here in the Oasis, where right here is a smoothie shop. I chose this one over here that's north of the castle just so Zelda isn't sweating the whole time. After you get ingredients, which you're going to be doing that quite a bit, you're able to combine them into smoothies. Now you're going to be wanting smoothies for one of four different reasons. One, because you want health recovery, so you want to recover a lot of hearts a lot faster than sleeping in a bed. Two, because you want energy recovery to help refill your energy meter for sword fighter form. Three, because you want the secondary effects. For example, if I mix a bubble kelp with a bubble kelp, I get dive time up for 1 minute. And number four, which is to get all of the damn ingredients out of your inventory and make money. A lot of number four. From the first time that you interact with the smoothie shop, you are going to be getting the request recipes, please. And for the first task, you have to make 10 recipes. For the second task, you have to make 20 recipes, which are all done very, very simply. And this game has given you the best UI possible on what ingredients do what. So after you make a bubble kelp with a bubble kelp, you know that it makes a bubble smoothie and it shows up here. Well, if you mix a bubble kelp with a river horse, it makes a rapid smoothie. Bubble kelp with refreshing grapes makes a mixed bubble smoothie, electro apples, so on and so forth. If you cook two things together in a smoothie that are not compatible, you get an unfortunate smoothie, which heals half of a heart and one tiny little bit of energy. Now you can feel free to go through here and cook one ingredient with another ingredient, how I did right here, to be able to mark every single one on your entire ingredient list. I did miss a couple here and there just because I was, short on ingredients. But along your way, you're probably going to notice that a lot of things mixed with monster guts or horns are going to produce unfortunate smoothies. And that has to do with the fact that those aren't made for smoothies, those are made for potions, which only some ingredients can use for potions. Hi, it's me the next day, and while I was editing, I want to provide more context on this, a lot more than just a future Austin button. Monster Guts and Monster Horns are two different drops that you're going to be getting from enemies. Now, when it comes to effects, it's really weird that some of them are going to be working with Monster Guts and some of them are going to be working with Monster Fangs. Some of them don't work with either, and only one works with both. So it's really inconsistent. It's not like you're thinking, okay, well, if I mix it with Monster Guts, I'm going to get a level 1 and Monster Fangs I get a level 2 or vice versa. It's nothing like Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom. Let me break it down pretty simply here as far as how effects work with potions. The warm pepper mixed with a warm pepper gives you chill proof for 1 minute. Chill proof makes it so that if you're in a cold environment that can cause you damage over time, you're not going to be taking that damage over time. There's an improvement upon chill proof. So this is chill proof for 1 minute and some energy recovery. But if you mix it with a Monster Fang, you get chill proof for 5 minutes at the cost of not getting that energy. So if you're going to be adventuring in a cold area for an extended period of time, the chill proof potion for 5 minutes may be your friend. And alternatively, if you cook it with a Monster Guts, you get ice proof for 5 minutes. It has all of the traits of chill proof. However, it also has the added effect that if you're hit with an ice-based attack, Zelda may actually become frozen and encapsulated in ice. Having ice proof negates that secondary effect from an enemy's attack. I'm fully recovered. That did 3/4 of a heart. Putting on chill proof, still 3/4 of a heart. Ice proof, still 3/4 of a heart. Yep. No difference in damage, but I'm not encapsulated in ice. That is the only ingredient that works with both of the monster drops. Also, I have no idea why the tough mango is put after the monster drops. That just doesn't make sense to me. Now, bubble kelp, which is going to be giving you dive time up when mixed with Monster Guts, is an unfortunate smoothie. But when mixed with a Monster Fang, is a bubble potion. Okay, well, you're thinking that makes sense because you're not going to have a better effect than dive time up. It's not like you're going to have, infinite breathing. That's just not a thing. River Horse, same idea. If you mix it with the Monster Fang, which I need to go do that, this is a rapid potion, which is going to be giving you faster swim speed for 5 minutes. However, there's nothing better than faster swim speed, so if you mix it with Monster Guts, you just get an unfortunate smoothie. Refreshing grapes only provide HP recovery, and that's not a thing in potions, so you can't mix it with either of the monster parts. Electro apples, when mixed with monster fangs, make an unfortunate smoothie, which is a weird thing, but it's not like you get hit with a shock attack that doesn't paralyze you. Instead, you have to mix it with monster guts. And that's going to produce for you an electro potion. An electro potion gives you lightning proof for 5 minutes. Floral nectar mixed with monster ingredients does nothing. Milk does nothing. Chili cactus, when mixed with a monster fang, is an unfortunate smoothie, but when mixed with monster guts is a chili potion, which is fireproof for 5 minutes. So sometimes you get hit with a fire-based attack and then you're burned and then you take damage over time. There is no lesser effect of that. Rock potatoes mixed with monster fangs is going to be giving you a climbing potion, which is going to give you wall climb speed up for 5 minutes, which is the most useless thing you could possibly imagine because your climbing speed is so fast in this game anyways. Mixed with monster guts produces an unfortunate potion. An unfortunate smoothie. I mean, I guess it's also kind of an unfortunate potion. Rock salt, which is used to restore your energy, that cannot be an effect on potions. So because of that, mixing rock salt with both of these produces an unfortunate smoothie. Butter, which provides the glow effect, can only be cooked up with a monster fang that's going to be giving you a radiant potion? Radiant potion, which is glow for 5 minutes. I would say a healthy number of times that having glow would be helpful. Twisted pumpkins, which are used for wine speed up, only have a level 1 effect if you cook it with the monster fang. Cooking it with monster guts produces an unfortunate smoothie. It's called a twisty potion, and that's wine speed up for 5 minutes. Oh, look at that. All of my drinks are full. I need to sell drinks to make a lot of money. Cooking monster ingredients on their own or with each other just produces you unfortunate smoothies again. Tough mangoes, weirdly enough, you don't get a level 1 from the monster fang, but you do get a level 2 with monster guts. Every other combination that I have not covered produces an unfortunate smoothie. You also can't cook golden eggs with monster parts because golden eggs just provide a lot of recovery, mostly in hearts. And again, these actually don't give you heart recovery. And that's damage reduction for 5 minutes. If you're in a real tough area, that might be a good one for you. So between the monster guts and the monster fangs, there's only some of them that could be used to actually make these good performing tonics that are going to be helping you out. It's just really inconsistent on which ones do which. At the end of the video, I'm going to have a full cheat sheet for you to screenshot and make your life a lot easier. Please don't just fast forward to it right now. Thank you. Mixing one ingredient with itself is fairly straightforward because the bubble kelp is going to make it so you can breathe longer when underwater. And if you mix one with itself, you get breathe longer underwater for 1 minute. Pretty obvious. But then once you start to mix it with different things, you start to get different ingredients. However, once you start to mix outside of one ingredient with itself, you start to get very different smoothies, which are typically called mixed smoothies. So anytime that you have a mixed smoothie, that falls into a general category of bubble kelp was mixed with something else that is not unfortunate smoothie. There are some specific things that will override instead of it just being a mixed bubble smoothie. You see how if I mix it with a grape, I get a mixed bubble smoothie. 5 hearts, dive time up 1 minute. And if I mix it with an electro apple, I get the exact same smoothie. However, if I mix it with a river horse, the rapid smoothie overwrites what the bubble kelp would have done. So I get swim speed up for 1 minute. If we do a smoothie with 2 river horse, that's the dish, the rapid smoothie. If we do it with refreshing grapes, we can see that we get a refreshing mixed smoothie. There's a list of combinations and how they're combined that are going to lead to different things. And to be honest with you, I really never even went for, trying to get dive time up because there's an accessory that does that. Swim speed up because there's an accessory that does that. Most of the things on here, there's an accessory for. So I've gone over every single tonic recipe and a lot of the unfortunate ones that you're going to be making and the actually useful ones. But I want to talk about my 2 favorite smoothies that I constantly found myself making throughout my playthrough, because the hardest resource for you to come by is going to be energy. I don't need to go over the many reasons why having energy recovery is useful, because if you've played this game, you know exactly why it's useful. If we mix rock salt with fresh milk, we get a salted milky smoothie, which is a complete energy recovery regardless of your energy meter, and 10 hearts of recovery, which is a full row of hearts. That's typically more than enough to get you through all of the game. Alternatively, if you don't need that much heart recovery, or probably better toward the beginning of the battle, would be salt mixed with a tough mango, which is damage reduction for 1 minute and full energy recovery. This is helpful whenever you need to really wail on enemies, and if you're going to be in that sort of close quarter environment, especially if you're playing in hero mode, having that additional damage reduction with full energy recovery is priceless. And as I stated before, there is no tonic that involves rock salt for energy recovery because energy recovery just isn't a thing with tonics. Sorry, potions. But if you're just looking for straight damage reduction without the energy recovery, a tough mango with a tough mango, which they're fairly easy to come by with a minigame in the Gerudo area. You get it for 1 minute. With a golden egg, which is a fairly limited resource, you get full hearts and damage reduction for 5 minutes, or simply with a potion, mix it with monster guts, and you get that damage reduction for 5 minutes. I don't think cooking a golden egg for damage reduction and full hearts is really worth it when at the beginning of the battle, you just pop a tough potion and then you have that 5 minutes. From there, all you have to really worry about is just some health recovery later on. So the best case scenario is you make yourself tough mangoes mixed with monster guts for a tough potion, which is right at the beginning of the battle for that damage reduction. And then, once you have that damage reduction and you're in battle and you start using your sword fighter form, you mix your rock salt with your salted milky smoothie, which gives you a full row of hearts and full energy recovery, and then you don't even need to worry about the salted tough smoothie, which is energy recovery and damage reduction, because you still have that 5 minutes of damage reduction. Great. I also just want to provide some important context. So if you do have an accessory and a potion that do the same thing, those effects are going to be stacking on top of each other, not multiplicative. I tested this by getting hit by a Lionel's charge attack, which with no defense upgrades whatsoever did a total of 20 damage, which is 5 hearts. With a potion on, I received 15 damage, so it's a 25% reduction. A level 2 charm that you're going to be getting later in the game, that's going to be a 50% reduction in damage. So instead of taking 20 damage, I took 10 damage. And if you have the charm level 2 and the potion, that's considered level 3 defense up. And instead of taking 20 damage, you take 5 damage. That's a very big difference between the two numbers. If you really need an effect like defense up, then stacking these things together is fantastic. I'm also going to assume that the ancient charm, which is the defense up that you get at the beginning of the game from the Eastern Temple, you get there in your first hour of gameplay, is going to be providing you level 1 of defense up throughout your entire game. So an attack that would take 20 damage, meaning 5 full hearts, is only going to be taking 15 damage at 3.75 hearts. If you're doing a 3-heart run, like I am, definitely helpful. I'm not actually doing a 3-heart run in game. That's ridiculous. I've been talking to Echolot. You may remember that name from Tears of the Kingdom. She was one of the data miners for that. I've been talking to her and compiling data with her. And on screen, I'm going to have for you a big screenshotable list of every single smoothie combination that you can make to help yourself out. If it's red and it says US, that's an unfortunate smoothie. Just to sort of, a quick glance reference of, oh, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. So there you go. That's all of them in case you need to get every single smoothie combination for, actually, there's nothing. There's no real reason you need every smoothie combination. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.